It's Benders Post Game on YouTube, presented by the Inside the Rink Podcast Network through InsideTheRink.com. Subscribe now, hit the thumbs up, jump into the chat. We'll get your comment on Benders banter later on the show. 3 up, 3 down. Tell us your sips on a Saturday night in a 6-game Boston Bruins win streak as the Bruins win in Toronto tonight by a final of 5-3. It was a beaut of a game. It didn't start well. The Bruins gave up another goal on the first shot of the game by the opponent. 8th time this season within 3 shots.
Yeah.
But they come right back, and as they have done a few times, score quickly back to back.
Yeah, in bunches.
Crazy.
That should Ty Anderson should keep track of that shit, because
Yes.
that's actually a good one to keep track of. How many times the Bruins have scored multiple goals in like 2 or 3 minutes?
Yes.
They've done it a bunch this year. Tonight was what, 2 goals in 35 seconds or something like that. It was very quick.
Yeah.
And they needed it. It was good. And then they give it right back.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole, like, we got to rush to guys behind the net.
Yeah.
We're worried about guys behind the net. Happened on the first goal in the power play. Peeke was in front. He's worried for some reason about the guy like off to the side behind the net and leaves the guy wide open next to him in the slot to tip the puck in.
Is that man-to-man thing? Is that what that?
No,
is that what the problem
they
is?
were shorthanded. They were shorthanded, so he was playing kind of like both guys. But maybe worry about the guy directly in front of your own fucking net and not the guy behind the net. You can't score from there. Last I checked.
No.
You know, and then he did it again on the second goal. Went behind the net, left the slot wide open. They scored. I thought Andrew Peeke had a rough night.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too.
Other than that, they played really well. I thought the Bruins tonight 5-on-5 were spectacular.
They were
incredible.
They were
for maybe the first time all year long. They were really good against a really good Leafs team 5-on-5. If it wasn't for the power plays, this would have been a blowout in the Bruins' favor.
It would have been. I mean, you're right. That was a really good effort 5-on-5. I think, look, the Bruins seem to be getting more and more confidence as the games go on. They seem to be getting behind the structure and the system of Marco Sturm. I mean, Jesus, Marco Sturm for Jack Adams. Like, how the hell? I mean, you have no Charlie McAvoy, Casey Middlestat's out. You got VL in there. You got Alex Steves in the second line. You've got apricots in there again. Apricots. I mean, just look at the lineup, and it's just like that lineup should not win many games. And they come out tonight and they get 39 or so shots on net, I think it was, and 5 goals again. Different guys scoring up and down the lineup. Fraser Minton, so fresh and so clean.
So fresh.
Scores against his former team to steal it. Mason Lohrei looked like goddamn Paul Coffey out there tonight. Like it all came back to him.
Yeah.
And let me just say this. If you don't think that benching was the right thing to do, then you are a mental case.
Yeah, you're out of your mind.
You are just out of your mind. Of course, it was exactly the right thing to do. It was long overdue, and they probably did it a couple extra games just because the team was going well and Asparas was doing fine.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that is the right thing to do. So anybody out there tweeting that, oh my God, this guy was scratched for 4 games. Can you believe it? Yeah, because he was awful for the better part of a season.
I'll tell you what. If McAvoy doesn't miss this game, he
doesn't play.
Tonight.
No, he doesn't play. Yep, he doesn't play tonight.
You don't mess with the streak.
Nope,
you don't do it.
Nope.
They have been on a winning streak. He's been sitting. The only reason he went back in is because McAvoy missed the game. That's the only reason.
Okay, Chucky comes back. What do you do?
Yeah, you take him back out.
Yeah, I think so.
I suppose you could take out apricots because whatever at this point, you're not messing with the streak really anymore. So I suppose you could do that because they did move Apricots to his offside tonight, and I thought he handled himself well. Like it wasn't, you didn't see anything about him tonight where we were like, oh, geez, that was a bad play. What do you got, Connor?
Plot twist. They didn't want to embarrass McAvoy, so he stayed home with a family emergency, and Lohrei got back into the game after the embarrassing performances of late.
They didn't want McAvoy to be on the same ice as Mason Lohrei.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think part of it is that this is a pretty good matchup for Lohrei. He had a lot of open ice. He had a couple of assists. He played, pretty well from what I could see. I mean, I don't the StatCast thing is going to come out and fucking tell me I'm stupid, but he played pretty good. But I will say though that I need to see it for 10, 15, 20 games. Like this is like him coming back motivated. Like I want to see him play against like even better teams and teams that are going to really pound him and go after him. And I need to see it more. Like for people to say like, well, you gave up on Lohrei too quick, and it's ridiculous that he was scratched so much and sat so long. And no, it's not. And I guarantee you that this is not the end of it. This is not the end of it.
Look, he was minus 43 last year. Let's not pretend he was good.
I know.
I mean, let's not pretend he was good because he wasn't.
No.
And he wasn't good early this year either. So let's cut that out right away. Let's just hold that whole narrative. Let's put that thing to the side because he's been bad.
Yeah.
Most of last year and all of this year until now. And he was
not playing the way they want him to.
Yeah. So let's just get that out of the way. Because that's not what he's been doing. Nothing good.
No. So it'll be interesting to see on Tuesday if McAvoy comes back, if he'll be out of the lineup or he'll be in it. I think he'll probably be in.
I think he'll
probably be in. And who knows? Apricots, maybe Yoki Haru.
No, it'll be Apricots.
But it'll probably be Apricots, yeah. But he'll be back.
Yoki Haru, I thought he was fine.
I thought he was okay. I thought the defense as a whole without McAvoy, I mean, there's some shuffling around there, and I thought they did a pretty good job. I think that there's something wrong with the Leafs. Can't put my finger on it. I know they lost Marner, but there's just something wrong with them, and I don't know what it is. Like they play okay, and then they don't play well. And I'll tell you, the last couple of minutes after they scored this fifth goal, the Bruins, it just seemed like there wasn't much there. Matthews came in toward the end of the game. He kind of flipped it across the ice, and he kind of went half-assed into the corner. I don't know what's up with him. Nylander Tavares has been really good last year and in the beginning of this year has been pretty good. But I don't know. Something's up with them.
I mean, look, the Bruins got lucky on the Nylander thing. Like,
oh my God, they did. That
was lucky. So, it just as easily could have been a tie game with the Leafs with all the momentum,
and that might have been a different story.
And then the Bruins probably lose in regulation.
Right.
So, they caught a break there, but they were the better team all night. They kind of made their own breaks.
They did.
I thought. And were better to, quicker to pucks. They won most of the battles along the wall. I thought they were really good in that area. I thought Tanner Jeannot had the best first period of his Bruins life tonight.
Yeah, he did.
He was everywhere. Winning pucks, handling the puck down low. I thought that line tonight was fantastic. The third line with Jeannot and Minton and Eyssimont,
they were
really good all night long. And as Mr. Poe 22 just said, this is their best win of the year so far, and I would agree 100%.
It is just with the circumstance. Look, when they scored right away, the Leafs, I'm like, Jesus, they're going to get pounded. They've won 5 in a row. This is where it stops. The Leafs are going to pound them. They're going to give up all sorts of goals. Swayman's going to check out. I just had that feeling, and they came right back with 2 goals. And then when the Leafs tied it, they came. I mean, they just kept sort of responding. And again, they've only really mailed it in 1 game this year.
Yeah.
They're 10-7. Like they're 10-7.
I know.
It's just to me, a 6-game losing streak and a 6-game winning streak in the first 17 games of the year. It's just. I mean, if that isn't Jekyll and Hyde,
and they had a 3-game winning streak too.
Right.
So there's really no in between. It's either one high or one low.
Yeah, it is
really high, really low. and it doesn't seem to be a middle ground, and we're riding the high right now.
Yeah, I thought Joonas was probably his best game I've seen, maybe overall. I mean, he was really good.
He was good.
And they may have something in Fraser Minton. There might be something there. And I'd like him to produce a little more, but he plays a good defensive game. He's pretty smart. He's pretty mature. I think offense might come if he has some better line mates. Like, let's be honest. He's got Jack and Squat next to him.
Right. I think he has a slow release, and I think that's going to be a problem for him unless he works on that thing. But tonight, he waits, shows good poise with it and then roofs it. You don't usually have that kind of time to get a shot off, but when you come down on a 2-on-1 and you have the puck, you can pick your spot. He has a good shot when he can get it off, but he struggles to get it off. I think
he does. He does.
Something he's going to need to work on, but the defensive game's already there. He showed it last night in the 3-on-3 where he was mirroring Stützle there when he was like kind of the lone guy back, and it was just a clinic in defense without the puck.
It was.
And he's, whatever he is, 21, 23 years old, whatever.
21, yeah.
So, he's got some upside, and he's an NHL caliber player. But the offense, I think, is going to take some time.
Yeah, it's depending on if he's going to be a checking center that doesn't give you much, or is he going to be a two-way, pretty good player. If you're let's imagine you're 6'7", okay?
Yeah.
And you're in the goal. Would you lay on your belly when the puck was crossed to Fraser Minton in that situation? Is that the best case scenario?
I would probably go. I'd probably try to avoid that. I think goalie Bob, being the stellar goalie coach that he is, would probably tell him to stand tall in that situation.
Yeah,
probably
be big. Be big.
Be big in the net. Use all of your height in that situation. So that was probably an error on his part.
I think so. I remember back. That reminded me back.
Coach. Yeah, I'm not a goalie coach, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was probably an error on his part.
I remember back when Daniel Vidar was with the Bruins, and he did a similar thing in a game, just flopped down on his belly, and he's like 6'6", 6 foot. He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Hildeby might be the worst goaltender I've seen in the National Hockey League in a while. He just doesn't look very good at all. He's going to probably get the start in the next game on Tuesday night and shut your ass down.
Just because you said that.
Stolarz gets yanked. Berube is just screaming, and Jonesy with the tweet of all tweets, big tough guy, Greg Berube. It is so true. Just barking and scowling and whatever. It just wasn't working for you, Berube. I'll tell you what, too. This was a night back when the Red Sox were in Yankee Stadium and they had calls go their way all of a sudden. This was the Bruins getting calls their way. The Eyssimont goal, who knows how they turn that over, because I don't see it clearly go over. Here's the other thing about replay. I don't think they do the inconclusive thing anymore. I think they kind of guess. I think they kind of say that might have gone in. So let's you see it from they showed it from the ice view from the front, and you can see it going that way. You don't see it say it's going to continue to go. Right. You don't see it crossing the line, but then you get the overhead where the puck's across the line. Right. So they're leaping. They're leaping from that camera angle to that camera angle and saying, well, it was going that way, and this one shows that it's in. So we're gonna give them the goal. Look, I agree with you. I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I thought they would, wave it off just because that's what always happens with the Bruins. Right.
But you're right. They got a call. I didn't think the officiating was very good tonight at all.
Oh, no, not at all again.
At the short end on quite a few calls, but maybe that's me with my fucking black and gold glasses on.
It might be.
And I can take that. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like the officiating's been very good all year. How about the icing call before the puck crosses the line? Before the guy blows it for icing.
Again, it's gonna cross the line. I'll just blow it dead now.
The Bruin was the first guy there, and he blows it before it crosses the line.
Yeah.
Just shit like that. Just gets
Can
under
we
my
stop with the fucking every time you go hard on the stick and the guy's stick breaks? That's not slashing. That's not slashing. Like he goes hard on the stick and the stick breaks, your composites. Like that's not his fault. Like if he two hands him or if he tomahawks him or whatever, or if he hits the guy on the body, sure, slash. But when you fucking just go hard on the stick and it breaks, that's just not a slashing penalty.
Well,
I can't say it happens every time.
I think they will call it every time because it breaks the stick. But here's the one I don't like. The one that breaks the stick, like I get it. The stick's broken, so you could call it a slash. I get it. The one where you hit the stick and it falls out of the guy's hands.
Yes, that's
like
stupid.
that's not a slashing penalty. No. That's a guy dropping his stick on the ice because he knew you hit his stick.
Yeah,
like that's not a fucking penalty.
That's trying to buy a call.
Hold on to your goddamn stick. Yeah. Okay, hold on to it.
That's a hard puck play. I don't like that.
It is. So I'm with you on that thing. Yeah, like Rainforest B2X says, it's the optics, and it is. Like
it's the optics.
Breaks, you gotta call
and there's
it.
A lot of optics and officiating, and
there is.
Some of the optics are not optical. Sometimes they don't look to use their eyeballs.
Look, I can't fuc't see, so I mean, I'm the last one to be.
I guess
be questioning other people's vision of.
I guess. But hey, the Bruins have won 6 in a row, and we saw Marco Sturm before we get to Benders banter. We saw Marco Sturm on Behind the B.
Yeah.
In that, that whole thing with the getting into the players.
Yeah.
And someone made a good point. I think it was that Mike from Woburn guy who calls on the sports radio said that it's great that he did it, but it's too bad he has to do it so early in the season because you only have a few of those to use before it becomes deafening and becomes we're just going to close our ears to that stuff.
You're going to tune the guy out. But I'll tell you what, I think he picked a good spot. And I'll tell you why. Because they were on a losing streak. And they were on a losing streak early in the season where the thing was starting to go off the rails. Mm-hmm. And you need the buy-in early because if you don't get it early, then you spend the rest of the year chasing that shit.
Yeah.
So he needed the buy-in and he laid into him and it worked. And now they run off a streak where they're winning. And now that you're winning, you get the buy-in. You get the buy-in because of the wins. So I think he picked a good moment there, and I think you're right. He's only got probably a few more of those,
right?
But I think he used it at the right time.
And then we saw the video of Victor Arvidsson just chewing on a banana, ripping into the leaders of the team. Casual, the leaders of the team. It's just unacceptable. It's bullshit. Yeah. So and Charlie McAvoy just kind of dipping his head and probably saying, "Yeah, it is."
Well, I mean, he probably took a penalty fucking 2 minutes before that.
Probably did.
Yeah,
he probably did. But yeah, so we see some of that stuff, and that's why Arvidsson was part of the reason why Arvidsson was brought in, so he could be, someone who could preach what Sturm is preaching. He needed a guy on his side, early.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're a first-year guy, and you have a bunch of new guys. You need someone on your side early who's been in the league, and that was a savvy, I guess, pickup in that way to help your first-year coach. Now he scored 5 goals in 8 games. And he still plays like a fucking wrecking ball.
I was just going to say that. He scored 5 goals in 8 games. If before the season, if anyone had asked you, after, you expect Pastrnak and Geekie to be at the top of the team in goals. Mm-hmm. But if anyone said, like, Victor Arvidsson's going to have 5 and Mikey Eyssimont going to have 4 at this point of the season.
I'm going to say, what's it, March?
Yeah. You would be like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Eyssimont? And
you sure?
Yeah.
You sure it happened?
Well,
and here we are.
Look, we bang on Sweeney.
Yep.
And I still don't love some of the things he did, but Jesus, right now it looks pretty good. Go ahead, Connor.
Arvidsson scored 30 goals a few times in this league, so that
in 19
shocker.
Yeah, sure.
Eyssimont kind of a plug that you're like, excusez-moi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. 30 goals in 18-19 was the last time he had 30 goals.
The year 18-19? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
He had 25 in the 22-23 season. Then he had 6 and 15 and then 5 this year.
5 this year.
So, the last 2 years after the 25 goal season's been not great.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, right now.
Yeah, right now it looks good.
Like the signings are. I mean, this is what he kind of envisioned. We're not going to be able to get impact players, elite players. We're not going to be able to turn the thing around quick. So let's get a team that people will like, that'll play hard. And right now in their division, you got Florida with injuries. You got Ottawa without Tkachuk. You've got Tampa Bay, who started really slow. You got Toronto sort of up and down and all around. Like, right now, this type of team is working because the other teams in the division just aren't what you're accustomed to be. So right now, they're hanging around and they're winning games because the division's not quite the powerhouse it was or we thought it would be.
No, it seems like the entire Eastern Conference is pretty, I wouldn't say average overall, but everybody's kind of in the middle at this point.
Right.
Look, Boston right now is second place in the division, 2 points behind Montreal. Montreal has games in hand. Tampa's behind them with 18 points with games in hand. Detroit's behind them with games in hand. Everybody has games in hand.
Yeah.
But they got to win those games. Boston's, 20 points. I mean, pretty impressive, honestly.
And they won this one on the road. There is a game with Montreal coming up soon, so that'll be interesting. And then this next one with Toronto will be interesting at home. Depending on whether they get McAvoy back. I don't know what's up with Middlestat, but you come back again Tuesday, and Toronto has to play tomorrow. So you're able to go home, stay home, probably take tomorrow off, probably have the practice on Monday, and then, Toronto's played Sunday against Carolina. You have an advantage there too. So that's kind of setting up well as well. So, all right, it's time for Benders Banter. And it's presented by Evolve ABA. Evolve ABA offers consulting services from a board-certified behavior analyst to adult day programs and residences, schools, and even businesses using the principles of applied behavior analysis. Evolve ABA is also pleased to offer staff training in collaboration with parents of children with autism and other special needs wishing to learn more about the science of applied behavior analysis. To learn more about Evolve ABA, call Sean Daly at 774-823-5016 or visit evolveaba.net. First one, Odyssey's had a good one pregame. A question for us and Connor. As a fan abroad, it's hard to have any real animosity against teams, but you guys are living it differently. Which are your favorite teams to hate and why? And I thought about this, and here is what I think about when I think about hating teams. I hate the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Miami Dolphins. And the reason for that is all the heartache I got as a kid from all those teams. My team lost to those teams repeatedly. Yes. And it was heartache city for so long that it's ingrained in me that I hate the Montreal Canadiens. I will never hate another hockey team more than that, period. I don't hate the Toronto Maple Leafs because the Bruins always beat them when it matters. Like, I don't have heartache from it. So I can't say I hate the Maple Leafs. Do I not like them? Of course. Like, I don't want them to win ever, but I don't hate them. I don't hate the Florida Panthers because they really haven't beaten the Bruins enough. Like, this is years of the Canadians, just always being let down by the Montreal Forum, the whole coming in your suits and your uppity thing. And it's, I hate it. I hated it all. The players with the fucking screw jobs, all of it. I hated it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's why. So that's my answer to it is I hate the Montreal Canadiens. And I really don't hate other teams unless, in the middle of a playoff series, I'll hate that team for a small snippet. Yeah. But it's the Montreal Canadiens and it's really not close and it won't be.
Yeah. For me, it's, I'm with you. The same. I don't know if there's really a football team that I hate. I guess maybe at the time, maybe the Colts with Peyton Manning. Okay. That was kind of a rivalry. But I'm with you. It's the Canadians, it's the Yankees, it's the Lakers, because those teams were, the rivals, and they were always good and always beating us in big moments. The one other team that I'll throw into the mix, and it's because the Bruins should have won the series, and I thought there was some dumb shit in it, and they deserved the second cup, was the St. Louis Blues. Not enough bad things can happen to that fucking team, as far as I'm concerned, right now.
Right.
Seriously. No, I mean, they could. I hope they lose the rest of their games for all of eternity.
And I'll tell you, they gave up a goal 1 second left tonight against Taylor Kraken.
Good. Nothing. There's not enough bad things can happen to that fucking team. Yeah. I mean, I ruined my kid's fucking Spanish project because of that Stanley Cup final. I mean, I was fucking livid. I mean, if we had been doing post-game lives during that Stanley Cup final, I don't know if we would still be doing them now, because I might be dead.
Right.
But not enough bad things can happen to St. Louis Blues, as far as I'm concerned.
Odyssey says Toronto was fun to beat. 2019 St. Louis, I blame more on the refs than I did like Hull growing up. Florida, I think I'm over with after Marchand's trade, and Montreal has been dead for years. Montreal's better now. Look,
Montreal's back.
They are, but I'll tell you what, every time they play Montreal, I want them to beat them. Like, even if Montreal's terrible, the Bruins are terrible. I don't care.
Sure.
Like, it's just ingrained in me. I hate the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Dan Maynard says we really need to win these 2 games against the Leafs and Ottawa. Hopefully we have 2 games on every team in our division, and we are only 2 points ahead of the Leafs. Yeah, I mean, right now they're kind of behind it because they're ahead of everybody in games played. So they have to kind of keep winning and hope other teams lose those games when they catch up. And then the dust settles when the schedule kind of starts to, catch up a little bit and even out. So that's where the dust is going to settle. But right now, I mean, all you can do is win, and they have 12 points in their last 6 games. McAvoy out for what? Personal reasons, I guess, family reasons.
It was. That's what they said, and hopefully everything's okay with him. Hopefully it's not a family emergency of some kind with his kids or a family member. We don't know, so I don't want to really speculate, but hopefully everything's fine with him. And it was nothing major, and he'll be back Tuesday night, but we don't know really what the deal is.
Dan Maynard says, looks like I'm missing a decent game, but the family's going out for a steak and ribs, so I think I've made a decent sacrifice. Sure. Yeah. I'd eat some steak and ribs tonight.
Sure. Absolutely.
Adrian says, blackout game again. Adrian's got to move to Boston. I think.
She really does.
I mean, it's just you're in the weeds of North Carolina or wherever the hell you are.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah, you should go to the UNC Asheville basketball game.
I want to go to Asheville because there's like some big mansion in Asheville. It's supposed to be really nice around Christmas time or something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, okay. I can't think of that. Is it the Biltmore? Adrian will tell me if I'm right about that.
Okay.
Yeah, some kind of big mansion or something. I think there.
Right. Dan Maynard's surprising to hear Pastrnak having a bad game when he has 6 points and a goal, but I'm not watching, so I don't know. Waiting for my kilo of ribs. I mean, Pastrnak's, he had a little bit of a dip lately, but he scores a goal tonight on just undressed Benoit.
Oh, he did.
And that was wow. Just got him and scored it. And Pastrnak's gonna, that'll probably start an 8 goals and 12 games streak. Yeah. I mean, you don't worry about Pastrnak. He's going to score anywhere from 40 to 55 goals, so I'm not concerned. I'll eat my pasta any day. He proves me wrong, says Odyssey. So far, Lohrei with 2 apples, a solid through and through. That's more of a giant turd, like the one in OG Jurassic Park. I need to eat. Holy fuck. Says Odysseys. Zadorov did kill Scott Laughton tonight.
Yes, he did.
He hit him square in the chest and then followed through.
Yeah.
Contrary to what Leafs fans say.
Yes.
And then he literally could have killed McMahon.
Yes.
He had him in a headlock against the boards and could have absolutely rapid fired on his head and chose not to. And then came steaming in on a play where someone got hit just after the whistle near the net.
Yeah.
And he came flying in as the peacekeeper.
Yeah.
And look, he just comes in and he doesn't change the expression on his face. He's typical Russian guy, like stoic, like I'm going to beat you to death.
Yeah.
Like he just stares at you.
Yeah, he just says it kind of matter-of-factly.
Yes.
He doesn't seem to really yell and get all worked up. He's just like, I will break you. just like fucking Drago.
That's just like Drago.
I think it was a Pastrnak shot, and then Geekie went in kind of looking for a rebound and
he got kind of spun around and knocked down. Yeah. We should call him Drago.
I think we should.
Odyssey Zadorov put Lawton into the shadow realm with reading glasses and everything.
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah,
that's their glue guy, according to Nick Kyprios. I'll tell you what, they don't have a ton of glue. They need some Gorilla Glue. They need a couple other guys.
Who's their glue guy?
Lawton, I guess.
Oh, okay.
There's Lawton, the glue guy.
I mean, or is he saying Zadorov is our glue guy?
No, I think Kyprios said. Kyprios said about Lawton. Hopefully, his week-long vacation has taught him something. Meaning Lohrei, says Doc Davey. I think it did. I mean, so far it did tonight. But again, got to see it in a consistent level. Got to see what happens, like when physicality is needed, when trying to battle for the puck is needed. In the wide open ice, he's a fucking gazelle. I get it. Like, terrific, wonderful. He does some oohs and ahs plays. It's great. But I need him to play defense.
Yeah, you need him to play better in the defensive zone. I agree with you. I want to see him go up against a team that forechecks hard, and we'll bang him and see if he makes the same type of plays.
Yes.
See if he can still get the puck out of the zone, or he's physical in front of his own net. The Leafs are, always been accused of being a little bit soft. I mean, that's kind of what the read on them has been for years now. And that hasn't changed. They've tried to address it some with, the McMahons and the Tanevs and the Domies of the world. Ryan Reeves was there for a brief time. They tried to address it. They thought getting Brandon Carlo would help them in that area. But they obviously didn't scout him. I want to see Lohrei do it against a team like Florida. That's going to be in the crease all night long, or Dallas, or a team like that or Vegas, a team that is going to be in and around the net all night. And can he stand up to a team like that? Because that's when it's going to matter. Right. When you're going up against really tough physical teams, can he still play the same way? We'll see.
Right, and I really don't want to grade him on offense, because offense, we know
offense
that's
has never been the problem.
No,
he has all the offensive skill in the world. He does.
He does.
He showed it off tonight. I mean, he had an unbelievably sweet toe drag little.
Oh God, beautiful! It almost knocked fucking his helmet off. Yeah, he did knock his helmet off.
So that's always been there, and he has good vision. And most of the time, when he's not doing dumb shit, if he just simplifies a little bit, he makes good plays, good passes. And he's a pretty good quarterback on the power play.
Yes,
but it's the defense that really we need to see the improvement.
Sturm needs to shorten the bench. VL in particular doesn't know what the fuck he's doing out there, says Odysseys. Yeah, I didn't hear much from VL, but fourth line guy, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever he played. Kastelic with the insane engine does not quit, says Matthew Curtis. He's been playing the play hard, play piss and vinegar role all season long. Like he's gotten it. It fits him pretty well. Again, you're not going to get a ton of offensive production, but you'll get some noticeable plays. You'll get some supporting of teammates. You'll get some hard. He's a decent skater. I think he doesn't get enough credit. He's a pretty good skater for just a kind of a fourth liner, but he brings it hard every night. Team has just worked really hard tonight. Won a lot of battles down low, says Doc Davey. Dan Maynard says just need to win the next game against the Leafs. Need to keep the Leafs below us. Matthew Curtis says, if you told me 2 weeks ago this team could win 6 in a row, I would have died laughing. Yeah. Me too. And here's another thing. I'm still not making the playoffs. They're just not making the playoffs. I'm telling you right now, they're not making the playoffs.
Probably not.
I just don't think they are. I think at some point it's going to catch up to them where they hit an offensive dip. Maybe they get another injury up front or two. And then the depth is kind of challenged, and I think that they'll hit a little bit of a wall at some point. But right now, playing great. Odysseys, this team is becoming lovable again. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, it is. I mean, and look at, I know I bag on the whole thing. I don't want to love them again. What I should just do is just love them and just take this for what it is.
Yeah.
Like if it's a out of nowhere, make a playoff and then give somebody hell in the first round.
Yeah.
Do you think how many teams do you think would hate to play the Bruins in the first round of the playoffs?
I think most of them would.
I think they would because of how hard they play and Pastrnak.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna hate to say it, but the whole like piss and vinegar thing, like, and the way they're playing hard and they don't give up,
right?
Like, I think that gets old if you're playing against them. You know, like Mark Kastelic out there just battling his ass off on every shift, or Tanner Jeannot, or Mikey Eyssimont, or Fraser Minton, or, you know, even Pavel Zacha. You know, guys just battling constantly all the time gets old. Like, if you're a star player, you don't want to go in the corner against those guys every night for 60 minutes. You don't. And it just grates on you after a while.
Yeah.
And so I think, I think they're hard to play against. I honestly do believe that now. And I'm gonna be optimistic, Smitty. I'm gonna say, let's just fucking enjoy it. Let's enjoy the ride. When when the rug gets pulled out, it gets pulled out, and I'll lose my mind because that's what I do.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm gonna fucking enjoy it. They've won 6 in a row. What's to be fucking pissed about?
I know.
There's no reason to be pissed.
Huh? I mean, right now they're playing above expectation.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. I mean, and I think teams around the league are probably looking at it like, what? Like,
I'm sure they are. They're like,
sure they are.
Collection of forwards,
right?
Because the forward group I still believe this forward group is one of the worst forward groups.
One of the worst forward groups in the league. Of course, it is.
They're scoring goals. They're scoring goals. Right now, if you go just by goals scored and not goals per game, they are tied with the Montreal Canadiens for the most goals in the Eastern Conference.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
They both scored 57 goals. Montreal's done it in 15 games. They've done it in 17, but they've scored 57 fucking goals.
That's unbelievable
to me.
That's unbelievable. Scored 5 goals tonight with Alex Steves and Jeffrey Viel in the lineup.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it's just
a fucking miracle.
It really is. It's
somebody said Marco Sturm had some black and gold magic going on. I think there might be something to that. He's got like a fucking voodoo doll or something.
There might be
something up with sold his soul. I don't know, but it's turning into goals for the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty good. Doc Davey says, "Don't question where, just enjoy them." Minton looked great out there. Kastelic is a spark plug, and Big Daddy Z make sure no one gets froggy. Great game tonight. DK, Jay Barry. I have no idea what the Leafs are trying to do. What kind of team are they trying to build? I think they've struggled with it forever. Like their defense is still, they haven't been able to figure that thing out. Their forward group is kind of a mismatch of they're trying, like Smitty said, to get some tougher guys, but the core guys are who they are. Now, Nylander, I'd taken a second. I think he's one of the real good players in the league. Like, he's excellent, and he gives a shit, and he'll get into teammates. Like, I love Nylander. Matthews, there's a lot of questions about Matthews. How much does he want it? How hard does he play? How, does he really, does he have the drive? Does he have the hunger? We don't know. And then there's a bunch of other guys. Like Nick Robinson barely wants to be there. He's in trade talks every other fucking day.
He's asked for a trade. Sure.
He's asked for a trade. Like, so, Matthew Nyes, I love. I take Nyes and Nylander. The rest of them you can fucking send. Yeah. Like, I don't give a shit about the rest of them, but Nylander and Nyes, start there and then just start wiping shit out. Maybe they should explore Matthews. I don't know. But right now it just doesn't seem to be working. It's just mind-boggling to me. I had my butthole clenched the whole third period, says UFC Dana White. I mean, and Swayman stepped up in the third. Like, again, another night where he lets in 2 goals and 5 shots. Like, what are you going to get from Swayman in the third period? It was kind of nails. He had the bar from Nylander, but other than that, like, I mean, there was a lot of, they really came hard at him. They ended up with 32, 33 shots. Like, they really pressured. And he made some really good saves.
He did. He was big, especially in the third. And look, you can't really fault him on any of the, all 3 of the other ones were essentially power play. I mean, all 3 of the goals were essentially power play.
Because
the other one was just after the guy came out of the box. So
Yeah,
You
it
know,
was essentially that.
two guys wide open in front. I don't think you can fault him on those.
No, I mean, it was similar.
He was nails in the third when he had to be. So you got to give him credit for that.
I mean, the Robertson goal was a nice cross ice pass, and he tapped it in, and then, of course, in the slot, wide open. You know, I mean, it's wide open, and then the one when Eyssimont trying to get on the ice and they score the goal. Like, here's the other thing: how are the Leafs the 31st in the NHL in power play? That power play coach should be fired to the sun.
Yeah,
like how are you 31st with that?
Savvy
with those fucking forwards? Is it Savvy?
I think so.
Oh God, is it Savard?
I mean, so.
31st with those forwards.
I know.
Like tonight, there was a couple of times. The Tavares goal.
Yeah.
Looked like a beauty. Like that's what they should do every fucking time.
Yeah, that was tic-tac goal. I mean, that was pretty. That was pretty.
Jesus, how are they 31st? But they do have struggles getting it in and possessing it.
They do.
Like, they look like a mess a few times entry level. Connor,
so normally when I pop in and I want to highlight a comment, it's typically because it's hilarious. But tonight, I'm going to go in the opposite direction, and I'm going to take a violent stab directly back at the person who made the comment.
Oh, no.
Brian Milmo, what the F do these two douches know about hockey? Well, Brian, I have a couple of bones to pick with you on behalf of Tyler and Matty. One, there is a whole host of people in the chat who are commenting their thoughts and opinions, and you don't have the balls to post a single fucking opinion of your own.
Valid.
And secondly, if this is the first and only time you've commented and that's the only thing you have to say, go fuck yourself. Carry on.
Okay.
Can I get a hell yeah, Connor?
Give me a hell yeah.
Producer Connor. I mean, the real backbone of this operation.
Yeah. He's coming to our defense, and I love it. We're a team here too, folks.
He's not Zaddy Daddy. You know,
he's like Zaddy Daddy. He's gonna come in and he's got our backs. Yeah. So we appreciate it. And Brian Milmo, go fuck yourself. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for jumping in, for giving us a view.
Thanks for thanks for the view and the comment.
Yeah. Thanks so much. All right, where were we at? Peter Clifford. I was afraid Carlo was going to ruin the Bees in his first game back. Thought nobody ever. Carlo, they don't want. I mean, they just don't want him at all.
No, they don't.
Let's see. Bay. What is that? Bay Indo Studio. Hello, friends. Question. I hear a lot about players taking time to adjust to Sturm system. Could you explain what the system is? Well, it's a hybrid defensive system where they go zone and some man. Try to mix it up that way. They've struggled with it in the first part of the season. Seem to be doing better with it now, but it's a kind of a hybrid that Montreal used last year in the beginning of the year and scrapped because they couldn't figure it out.
Right.
But the Bruins seem to be figuring it out now. So that's what Sturm's, I guess, system is right now.
Yeah, and they play a 1-2-2 kind of a neutral zone trap thing when they fall back out of their forecheck. So if their forecheck, if they don't turn the puck over, they fall back into like a 1-2-2, where they have kind of a lead guy at the offensive blue line, and then four guys, two in the neutral zone, and then two at the defensive blue line, that they try to keep the other team from gaining speed through the middle of the ice. And then are able to go back and retrieve pucks easier and get the puck out quickly is the hope there. But then, like Matty said, in the defensive zone, it's kind of a zone at first, and then hybrid to a man to try to get to pucks outside the dots a little quicker.
And if you didn't get all that, we'll have Brian diagram it right now. Brian, come on in. Camberger, how many times have we pants the Leafs in trades? Raycroft for Rass, now Carlo for Mittens. Huh? I mean, it seems to be a pretty good trade. Mr. Poe 22, dare I say this team has the ability to make the playoffs? Jonesy likes this team. I just don't understand. He likes them. He doesn't understand it.
Yeah,
but he likes it. T-Boz sip of the night, $17.92, full proof, half price at Sam's Club. Good find.
Attaboy, okay. T-Boz. I have Sam Oktoberfest right now.
Sam October. 'Tis the season. Lohrei hasn't improved physically or defensively in the past 2 seasons at all, in even the slightest, says Zach Haste. Correct. Matthews is a horrible captain, no intensity. Yeah, something. I really think that Austin Matthews is supremely talented. And at one point, I thought he was maybe 1 or 2 as the top players in the league. Like he was in the top 2 or 3 in the conversation. Like people would debate Matthews McDavid at times. And I just don't see it. I don't know. Is something off about it? He's supremely talented. Like his release is ridiculous.
Sensational.
And he can score and he can do it all. Like he's big, he's everything. But Jesus, I do like the player a lot, even though he's with the Leafs. I do. But Jesus, I don't know what it is. Something in the makeup. Something's not quite there.
I mean, he's had a 60-goal season and a 69-goal season. So
yes,
obviously,
Jesus Christ, he's good.
He's supremely talented.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Look, I think he might have a similar issue that Brad Marchand had when he was the captain of the Boston Bruins. I think in that market there is so much pressure on that team to win that as the captain of the team, he is the face of the team. He is the face of the franchise. So all the pressure is on the Leafs, but then it's all on him after that.
Right.
And, they use Mitch Marner as a scapegoat at times, but some of that Matthews too. In the big spots.
Off of Tavares? They took it off of Tavares. And Tavares has played better since.
Yeah. I just think there's a pressure there with being the captain of that team. And I think if they took it away from one of the forwards, if they had a defenseman that could do that thing and just gave it to him and let the forwards play, I think they'd be better off. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. Hey guys, I'm back. Go Bruins, says Jeremy Orr. Welcome back, Jeremy. Say hi to Bobby. Jason Larod Minton reminds me of Chris Kelly, and that's okay with me. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, and not the coach, the player.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be kind of Chris Kelly type. Hopefully he's more of a better version of that, but hey, if he's a solid third line center, and he's fairly big. He's 6'3". I mean, he's a kind of a big dude too.
Sure.
The East is mid, except New Jersey and Montreal, says Zach Case. Cole Caulfield scored again, leads the league in goals, which is good for Montreal, I guess. Jonesy says, are we watching this team really take to Sturm's coaching and adopting his personality? It seems that. It really seems that. And like Smitty said, that little come to Jesus in the locker room seemed to have worked. What happens when they lose a couple 3 in a row next time?
Right.
What happens then? But look, everybody's a good front runner.
Sure.
So same with Lohrei. Everybody's a good front runner. But once you hit some adversity, we just have to see if they can stave off adversity going forward. Yes, the Biltmore. Christmas at the Biltmore.
There you go. Boom.
Curtis. Yep. Adrian Unser. Lohrei working with Captain Z in his off time. I would assume.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. I would assume. But again, offensively, like the offensive is going to stand out and you're going to say, wow, Lohrei's playing great. But, like Hampus Lindholm, sometimes it's under the radar. Sometimes he's just a steady, really good player. The Bruins are 8-1 with Hampus Lindholm in the lineup. Yeah. They're like 140 and 30 with him in the lineup overall. Like he is the underappreciated, unsung hero of the Boston Bruins. It has to be. It has 100%. To be. Something changes when he's in the lineup. And he doesn't get a lot of credit.
No, because he takes a lot of the defensive zone face-offs. It's him and Andrew Peeke that take a lot of defensive zone starts.
Play heavy minutes.
Yeah, heavy minutes against the other team's really good players. And a lot of the D zone starts. So he's not getting the offensive zone starts where he can get points and pile points up. But he showed you a couple of years ago when McAvoy was out at the start of the season and he was getting some more of those zone starts. He put up like 30 points in fucking 25 games or something.
No, he did. He's got some offensive talent.
He's got some talent offensively. What do you got, Connor?
So The Bruins winning percentage is 68.2% with 149 wins, 55 losses, and 19 overtime losses with Mr. Hampus Lindholm in the lineup, presented by your box score junkie AI chatbot.
Yeah, I tell you what, at your fingertips.
At your fingertips.
That there it is. I mean,
Everybody
he's just
subscribe.
Talk about glue guys.
Yeah,
Hampus Lindholm's glue guy. Why does the West Coast always look so much better on paper than usually loses in the finals? Says Little Chips 999. Maybe toughness. I don't know. Maybe just sort of the style of play. I don't know. It used to say the West Coast is a little more wide open ice and that type of thing. East Coast is more grinding style.
Yeah, I don't know
heavier, but I don't know if that's true anymore.
I don't think it is. I think the West is a lot tougher top to bottom than the East is. But Florida's been a wagon. So
I mean, that's there it is.
If Florida wasn't in the East, if it was just the rest of the Eastern Conference, you take them out. I think the West has probably won the last few cup finals. So I feel like that's probably the way it goes. It's just kind of a cyclical thing, I think.
Yeah, I think so. LA Kings kind of changed the heaviness thing. Like they became heavy in the West Coast, and then of course West Coast teams have to kind of replicate that, and that kind of changed it a few years ago.
Yeah, Vegas too.
Mr. Matty Barry says, Camberger, if the Bruins continue to score up and down the lineup consistently throughout the season, do we still miss the playoffs? No, I think if Michael Eyssimont scores 28 goals and Victor Arvidsson scores 32, they're gonna make the playoffs, Cam. Yeah, they're gonna get there.
Yeah,
big guy. Yeah, they're gonna be there. And look, I want it to happen. And if you're being captain optimistic, then I'm fucking lieutenant optimistic. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
But Jesus Christ.
Like, I'll be the captain. You beat Neil. How about that?
Yeah, captain in. Yeah. You're always a good one. Little Chips. Do we think we are beating the Habs? Habs are gonna be a tough one. I mean, they have good skaters, they have good offense. Montreal's a bitch to play. We went there last year. It's a great arena to watch again. I mean, that's the best arena, best home ice advantage, always has been.
Yeah.
Caulfield, I think Suzuki's one of the most underrated players in the league the last 5 years.
100%.
Slavkovsky, Demidov, like they have Hudson, they have some of the defense. Their goaltending suspect. Montembeault has not been good. Dobes has been good. Okay, he's been good. Like, thankfully. Will it sustain? I don't know. That's really the only thing I think that could take them down other than injury. But right now they're a tough matchup for the Bruins because they'll be able to skate. You want to play man against them? Yikes.
Yeah, that's trouble.
That's
Alex Newhook is having a really good year too.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got 6 goals and 6 assists. Noah Dobson, who they're traded for, has been really good.
Yeah.
On D for them, he's got 11 points. So, they have a bunch of guys. Yeah, a bunch of guys that can score, can skate. They've shored things up a little bit defensively. Yeah. And if their goaltending is good, they're going to be tough. They will.
Yeah, they will. Adrian says y'all are all right about ESPN Plus, and it turns out I wasn't correctly logged into ESPN Plus on my phone the last couple of weeks. User error for sure. So I'm glad you can watch some Bruins hockey, Adrian.
Yeah.
Savard drawing up plays on Wendy's napkins, says Bruins 1970. I think so.
Yeah.
Adrian answer, Milmo Baggins, go back to your effing hobbit hole, you troll.
Well, I appreciate Adrian giving us a little. We got some riffing on Bilbo Baggins right now.
Milmo equals hags with a fake mustache. Fucking love it.
Oh, I love you
that
guys.
piece.
I love it.
Sip tonight is Blanton, says Michigan Mike. Nice job. And a sip is 40 Creek Niagara whiskey, says Zach Haste. Adrian Answer has Old Forester 16.
I had an autumn old fashioned tonight out at dinner with Angels Envy.
Really?
It was sensational.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was so good.
Okay. Cinderblood has had 47 Coors Lights. Still no buzz. It's like
Sounds
2%
about right.
alcohol.
Speaking of piss,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pissing all night.
Boom.
Jesus. Do you think anyone is emerging as captain? I kind of want Zadorov to wear the C. Not going to lie. You know what? Lucky charm. I'm going to say Hampus Lindholm.
Hampus, I don't know if he's a rah-rah guy. Not necessarily.
Oh, was Patrice a rah-rah guy?
No, I don't think he was either. And every fan, I think, wants to see it to go to Zadorov.
I think so too.
With good reason, because he is a policeman out on the ice. He will defend his teammates.
Shower 2.0.
He's playing well.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have a problem with that. I kind of like what they're doing right now. I honestly thought, does Hampus have an A? Does he have an A? He does, right?
Hampus has the A with Pasta and McAvoy, right?
So I feel like I felt like they should have given an A to Zaddy tonight. And McAvoy.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be McAvoy. I think it's, but I don't love it.
I don't think he's really ready for it.
I don't think he'll ever be ready. I just don't. I think he's too. I don't know if it's nerves or it's just too.
What I think is he is a people pleaser. So he's not really. He is not really a leader. He tries so hard to want like everybody needs to like him, and he wants everybody to feel good. And like sometimes you have to say the hard things. As a leader of the team, you have to say you're not fucking pulling your weight, and I don't know if he can do that.
God knows it's horrible.
Like Arvidsson in the behind the B thing, eating his bananas, telling everybody it's not good enough. Like, McAvoy just kind of sitting there. Like I just don't see him being that type of guy. Look, I like him. I've always liked him as a player. I do, and I'd like to see him get back to the player he was a few years ago, and maybe this year. It seems like he's starting to get back to that a little bit, and I hope he does. But I just don't think he'll ever be captain material. I really don't.
Bruins 1970. When's the road trip this year, boys? Last year's show was awesome with you guys buckled. It's this year. It's at the Stadium Series.
We'll be at the Stadium Series, Bruins 1970, and it's going to be a fucking shit show. So tune in because. We will be buckled and we will be broadcasting. So there you go.
It will be buckled. Jonesy says his sip is old-fashioned made with Bullet single malt Frontier whiskey. Nice.
Love it.
Job. This year it'll be at the Stadium Series. Yeah. We're gonna get right after it.
Hopefully we're gonna have a lot of content while we're down there. We're gonna be down there for kind of a long weekend type of deal. So we should be cranking out the content. And if you have the means, by all means, come down and fucking hang out with us.
You're gonna be down there. Just hit us up.
Connor's got something to say.
So for all the people who are thinking about going, me and the boys have talked about it. We've talked about having a little get together. Obviously, we're not one of the premier shows that can rent out an entire bar and have a full shebang, but a little more intimate. We can just plan to get together in a post game at one of these places and have a little shebang one of these days. We're going to have some fucking free time while we're down there. I think we're going to be down there 5 days, a few before and one after.
Yeah.
We can fucking go peruse the city. We're going to be doing some fun man on the street stuff. I think the big man upstairs is planning on bringing a box of goodies along that we can give away to some folks as we're clowning around. And I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of babysitting of these two fucking junks.
I mean, intimate, not in the literal sense.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too intimate.
No.
But, allegedly. Well, I mean, who knows? And Danny, yes, last year they lost 4-1 in Montreal, and we were blasted after. And it was, if you want to go back and watch that fiasco, it was.
I tell you, it was fun. It was a great trip. And we're gonna do one again after the Stadium Series. Well, next year we're gonna do one every year.
Next year too.
We're gonna go. Whatever. We're gonna do one every year.
Be careful, you might get deported. We might.
We're gonna do one every year. So
we are.
We'll be a Benders on the road every year. We'll go somewhere and get fucked up and broadcast because why not?
Vegas is on the horizon.
Vegas could be one.
Yeah, Vegas could be one. Nashville could be one.
Nashville could be another.
There's some places. There's some places.
All right, let's go 3 up, 3 down. 3 up for me. Number 3 is so fresh and so clean. Fraser Minton gets his goal against his former team. Good for him. Number 2, Tanner Jeannot. I thought he played one of his best, if not the best game he's played as a Bruin.
Played his ass off.
Played his ass off. Yeah. And then number 1, Nikita Zadorov, because he's everyone's fucking bodyguard. He kind of is the new identity of the Bruins, which I love. I just fucking love it. I do.
Yeah. So 3 down, number 3, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna go with Leafs fans because we got Bill Baggins on our fucking comments tonight, and we had a troll on Twitter that called us bigots because we like the Bruins.
My guy, I guess.
Hit was clean, so fuck that guy. And
EA Sports, go fuck yourself.
Boom. Number 2, I thought Andrew Peeke had a little bit of a tough night, especially in the first. Better as the game went along, but a tough first for Andrew Peeke. And then number 1, the PK. Essentially, all 3 of their goals were power play goals. 2 of them pretty much Peake's fault, and then the third one, just after the PK expired. So they got to clean that up a little bit. Specialty teams are important for a team that we think will struggle to score goals, but fuck, maybe they won't.
Who knows? I'll tell you what, though, the penalty kill has been good, but when it's bad, it's like bad. Like they give up multiple goals in the game.
Like that was the same thing in Ottawa the other night. They gave up 4 power play goals and that
power play goals. Yeah. So when it's bad, you usually know in the beginning how bad it's going to be.
Right.
And if it's bad, it gets off the rails. Like
like tonight there was one PK. I thought they were good for like a minute 50 of it, and then the last 10 seconds they fall apart, and it's in the net. Yeah. So I'd like to see them clean that up a little bit. So for Tuesday, I think that's going to be important.
I think that is, and Jonesy says Ball Arena should be on the agenda for next year, an hour from his house.
I would love to go to an Avalanche game.
I think the Avalanche might be
We'll take our balls to Ball Arena.
Yes, absolutely.
There.
We got balls that jingle, jingle, jingle.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, November 11th on the Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Toronto Maple Leafs at home.
Toronto.
What is your prediction for this one?
You know what my prediction is.
5-2 loss.
5-2 loss. I'm riding the streak, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Superstitious.
Lose 5-2.
Yeah. We're not just a little stitious. We're superstitious.
Aren't you, Debbie Downer?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go a lower scoring game. I'm going to go 3-2 in overtime with Matthew Nyes getting the winner.
Well, that sucks. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna come to an end soon enough here.
I mean, it's gonna be, the Leafs are a good team. It's gonna be tough to beat them twice in a row, especially with them pissed off after after this one. So
I mean, but they do play Carolina in between. Like this is kind of a, if it was straight back to back, then I would say Berube's gonna get into them. They're gonna play better. Bruins gonna have a little bit of a letdown, and Leafs win. But they got the game in between against Carolina, which is a really good opponent.
Yeah.
So, that might be advantage Boston, but we'll see.
Could be. I mean, look, the Leafs were playing well going into this one. They had won 3 straight.
They had.
Bruins,
they had.
Bruins kind of spanked them 5-on-5 tonight.
They did. And the Bruins have now won 6 in a row, 10-7 on the season. They will be back at it Tuesday, as will we. A couple of days off here for the Bruins Benders podcast. Regroup. Wednesday night, we got a live episode, 9 p.m. Eastern. Steve Conroy from Boston Herald, I think, is scheduled to be with us. And
I think so.
It'll be episode 199 as we approach 200 episodes of the podcast. We appreciate everyone in the comment section. It was hopping tonight.
Yes.
We love it. Even the guys who don't like us. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And we'll be back at it on Tuesday night. Until then, as always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.